Hey everyone, welcome back to Steven with Bama Saltwater Fishing. So I have a little late start. It's about mid-morning. We had a lot of storms and lightning this morning. Just going to be fishing some docks with some live shrimp. See if we can find any nice fish to take home, cook up and eat. And I'll be throwing that on a Daiwa Saltis 2500 size reel, 15-pound braid, and a Star Plasma 2 7-foot medium heavy fast action rod. We are keeping fish today, so we'll see how this goes. Have a good fish on. The one time I check my phone, I look up and my bobber's gone. Feels like a good one. It never fails. If you put on chapstick or look away for 1 second, that's when you're going to get a bite. So I wonder what this is. It's pulling pretty hard. What are you? Big sail cat. Okay. Well, they're cool. You see me catch these a lot. I don't really hate on them. I like sail cats. I think they're neat. Probably shouldn't have done that, but at least the rod didn't break. But he's going to go back. I'm not after sail cats today. They are edible. They don't taste bad either. That's a healthy one right there. Look at his dorsal. Look how long it is. These things are cool. Big old mouth. He's been eating good. But you know what, bud? We're gonna let you go. There you go. I got my hook back. It's a little bent, but I'll straighten it out. And I may put on another shrimp. I was looking to see what the swell height is when he took that down. All right, moved over to a bridge. See if we can catch something under here. Oh, good fish. Okay. Oh man. Didn't think I would catch anything today. Other than that catfish. Now we have something decent pulling on the line. What are you going to be? What is that? Oh wow, that's a pretty speckled trout. Oh man, look how dark it is too. That was cool. Okay, heck yeah. Look at that speckled trout. Check out how dark it is in this really dark bay water. A lot of fresh water washing out right now. So are these fish. Check that out. That is awesome. Let's get another shrimp out there and see if there's any more of this size. Awesome catch. That was worth making a move. I've been fishing for a couple hours without another bite other than that gaff top sail cat. So I moved up to this bridge. I rarely catch anything over here because of how fresh the water can be. But these speckled trout actually don't mind this time of year. They're moving out of these fresh rivers anyway. And so is the bait. So we're gonna put that shrimp right by that pylon again. See if we can get us another one. I have a crab or I have a fish. I have no clue. Oh, nice blue crab. Dang, it came off. That was a nice blue crab. That would have been awesome to take that one home. Dang. Okay, well, let's grab another shrimp. Oh, there's a good one. That's a good fish right in between the pylons. Did I get it out? I think so. Yes. Pulling pretty good. I just want to see you. That's all I want to do. And possibly take you home to eat you, depending on what you are. Ooh, I'm going to have to baby this one. I have to baby it a little bit. Because it was in between those pilings. Is it a redfish? Might be. Oh no, it's a puppy drum. We're gonna take that one home. All right, it's a puppy black drum. Perfect size to take home and eat if we can get him in the boat. Depending on how he's hooked. I know he's fighting good. So we'll have 2 different species to eat if we can get this one landed. These puppy drum are actually really cool. They fight hard. They look neat. But look at this. He woke up, didn't he? So I think he saw this Bama saltwater boat and said, we're not going to get on there. But if I can help it, I'm going to bring you in. Come here, dude. Come here, dude. Get over here. You want to go around the trolling motor? No? And he sees this blue boat and just takes off. Come on. Shoot. We're gonna get you in. You gotta play these fish out. They have some strength to them. Look how pretty they are. Say the net without losing you. Ready? What are you stuck on, net? All right, we got him. We got him. Let me open this bail, not break my rod. Lord knows I don't need to do that again. And we have a nice keeper black drum. There's no size limits on them. This one's gonna go with us. What a fight. This is a black drum, y'all. Really neat species. These things can get huge. Now, he is actually gonna go home with us. This one's probably the biggest one I'll ever keep myself, and it still be good. Because the bigger ones can be older than I am, and also can be a little wormy. But every fish could have worms. But check him out. He put up a good fight around that bridge pilot. But see these giant pectoral fins? That allows them to sit very stable around current, bridges and all that, to go munch on oysters, barnacles, crabs. They love crustaceans. See that mouth? That's a bottom feeder right there. Let's throw them in the cooler and keep on fishing. To be humane, I did spike the brain, and then we're bleeding the fish out. It may seem a little grotesque, but it's the most humane thing to do. Put these fish out of their misery, and you have some really fresh meat as well. So the cool thing about black drum is there is no size limit on them here in Alabama. Keep them no matter what size, and you can keep as many as you want. Now typically I'm going to toss the bigger breeders back. They can be wormy, they can be kind of tough meat, but I do know plenty of people that eat them, and you're allowed to. They're very abundant. But that size right there was perfect. This is actually the most fish I've caught off this bridge besides sheep's head. This place can be some tough fishing, and I don't know if it has something to do with the water quality or what, because there's always bait around here, but the fishing can be tough. So that worked out really well. I have another nice shrimp. Push it in between that piling there. Let's check it. Oh no, there we go. Okay, as soon as I was about to say let's check it, we just got another fish on. This one's swimming around the boat. What the heck? What kind of fish is this? It's a very energetic one, I'll tell you that. Very energetic. What are you? This is cool. I mean, as soon as I threw back in there after catching that black drum, we have a speckled trout, it looks like. He's kind of foul hooked, so I don't know. Come here. Oh, boat flip. Yeah, nice trout. Another nice one. Yeah. They aren't giant trout, but they're keepers. That's why he was acting funny, because he was hooked in the belly. But check out that speckled trout on our safe floor, if y'all haven't noticed already. Or if you're new to the channel, if you're looking for new boat decking, absolutely love this stuff. It'll be linked down below. Very easy to clean. But this is our speckled trout here. Heck yeah, that's another nice keeper, y'all. I think we're going to go home with some dinner. That's exciting. I was getting very discouraged. I've been fishing for about 3 hours after I caught that catfish with no luck, and now we got some fish in the cooler. This turned into a pretty productive day, which any day fishing is a good day, but catching is an added bonus. And then we'll have some food to eat and cook up. Let's grab another shrimp. I did pick these up at J&M Tackle before I came up here. Here we go. That leader's still good. Let's get it out. heavy. I'm gonna guess this is another blue crab. No? What did we catch? An oyster? Well, this is a cool little example of what these fish are eating. So this one's just an oyster shell. Typically there would be another piece on here with some meat in the middle, and that's what these black drum really love. The sheep's head love them as well. Oysters actually help clean the water up a lot. It's good to have them. Oh, there's one. It's kind of, I think that's a pinfish. Nah, it's a croaker. Okay. If he was a little bit bigger, we'd keep him. He's a little bit big for bait, a little bit small to eat for what I like to do. Now for bull reds, he's a great bait. Right, we're gonna let him go. That's fine. There's you some stickers.
I thought you went on the boat, man.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
All
Think
right,
you
man.
just made it.
Yeah, I barely did.
It's tough with the wind.
Yeah, I know it. Well, I was just trying to get you to see this out here.
No, it's a nice day to get out. The weather this morning kind of sucked. Boom. I made it.
Florida, man.
Heck yeah. Had some subscribers and viewers come up and gave me some stickers. That's awesome. If y'all ever see me out, come up and say hey, as long as it's not in my house. That's what I tell everybody I meet. See if we can catch some more fish. Now that's a beast of a shrimp right there. Look at that thing. Hopefully something will eat it whole and I'll be able to land it in between all this structure. Oh, there's a big fish. There you are. On that big shrimp too. On the big shrimp. You have to get them away from that structure as quick as you can. Otherwise they're just going to take you down there and you're going to lose it. Oh, that's a ray. Get in here. All right. There's a stingray. You got to watch out for their barb on their tail. Their barb's right there. See it? I've been meaning to do a stingray catch and cook. I just want one a little bit bigger than this because their meat is actually here and here on their wings, and then this is just nothing but skin, so you won't get that much meat off one this size. I think they're really cool. We're gonna let him go, but you want to watch out for their tail for sure. They don't call them stingray for nothing. We're gonna flip them upside down, get this hook out of them. See, their mouth is on the bottom side, and here's their gills, and then their eyes are on the top side, along with some more holes that allow water to get down to their gills on the bottom. But you can touch their back. Now, I just want to say a disclaimer: if you're unsure about any type of wildlife, I wouldn't touch it. But these stingrays, you can touch their back like that. See that barb? You want to watch out for. But we're gonna let him go. Kept him out of the water long enough. Just be careful with them. There you go, bud. And he gone. We're gonna cook one up hopefully this year if we can get one, a nice big one, not a giant, but not one like that, because if I'm gonna kill one, I want it to be worth it. Those rays are neat. They're very abundant out here. There's a fish right below the boat too. Oh wow. It's just pulling hard. Good gracious. Wants to stay under the boat. Oh, don't go towards the bridge, please. Don't do that. Yeah, come on this side. That's a little. Dang! Hook came out. That's upsetting. That's a heartbreaker. It's just weird dynamics on that one. There's a fish. Something that's been stealing my bait the whole time. All right, another species, y'all. This is what's cool about saltwater fishing. This is a mangrove snapper, otherwise known as a gray snapper as well. These do have to be 12 inches to keep in Alabama. He's not a keeper, but they are pretty. I think they're like the saltwater bluegill, except with teeth. There you go, man. Cool. It'd be nice to catch a keeper over one of those, but that's 6 species already that we've caught in one fishing trip. So my last shrimp got picked apart by a bunch of mangroves, and I let a lot of my little bitty shrimp go. Maybe they can survive, go bury down in this mud and get a little bigger. These bridge pylons actually provided some nice fish. I have plenty of meat in this cooler. It would have been nice to recover and land what I lost right there, but there ain't no telling what that was. But I got a long trip back to the boat ramp in Orange Beach, and I'll probably see y'all back at the house at the cleaning table. See you in a bit. Y'all, nice to see you at the cleaning table again. Look at our beautiful black drum. Well, I guess beauty is in the eye of the beholder on these things. I think they're cool, but that's a perfect size to eat. And then I have my 2 speckled trout as well. So I'm gonna set these to the side. I'm just gonna fry those up like normal. The black drum though, since I don't cook too many of these on the channel, these are absolutely delicious fish when of the appropriate size and when prepared right. So we're going to fillet it and poach it to make a poor man's lobster. So first thing I need to do is fillet it, just like any other fish. They just have big scales. I'm gonna go around that pectoral. There we go. And then we're just gonna fillet it out. Try your best not to pierce the guts, because it can taint the meat. They just have some thick scales. You just got to get through these scales. There we go. I'm gonna go up this tail and go all the way through the backbone, or I should say the dorsal, because the backbone's actually here. This is their dorsal fin. Just got to get through these scales. There we go. Once you're through the scales, it's real easy from there. Take our knife and just run it along these bones. See how pretty that meat is? Go up and over and then back down that backbone. See their backbone? Cut that off. And now we're gonna fillet around and over that big rib cage. See that rib cage? And cut that big fillet off. Got some thick skin. Look at that fillet. That's a pretty black drum fillet. They do have some red meat you got to get through. So what I'm going to do is skin this fish real quick. Now you can leave it attached to the body. It's kind of hard to manage when they're big. But just make you a little incision and then grab the skin where you can get a nice grip. And then run your knife. I kind of point up to leave most of that red meat on the skin. Got through some of those pin bones, but see, I left a little bit of meat on the skin intentionally because that is a bunch of red meat, which will give it kind of an off-putting taste. It's edible. Every part of the fish is edible, but for what we're doing, I don't want any of that red meat in there. So we're going to continue to trim that out. And if you look at this fish, there are no worms on this fish at all, which I've seen worms in speckled trout. I've seen worms in a bunch of fish, amberjack, a lot of drum. This is why I like to keep this size, because that's a very clean fillet. Which these worms that are in these fish, if you do find one, they're not harmful to us humans, but it can be a little off-putting as well. Let's go ahead and get the rest of this red meat out. There we go. Leaving a little bit is okay. That's not going to hurt you. I do want to get these bones. You can feel these pin bones right here. So I want to trim those out because we want a completely boneless, skinless fillet. There's that top loin of that black drum. That is a beautiful piece of meat. And then let's get our bottom loin here. Get some of that red meat off of there. The bigger the fish, usually the fattier the meat's gonna be. So you gotta trim all that out. From one side of that black drum with no red meat, completely boneless, exactly what we're gonna use right here, ready to go. So before we go cooking, I do just wanna show you something kind of cool. It can be a little grotesque, so if you don't wanna see this, then you can skip forward right now. I'm just letting you know. But I just wanna show you the stomach contents of these drums. Show you what they're eating. Look at all those. You remember how I said they like barnacles and oysters? Look at all those crunched up barnacles right there. His stomach was full of them. These jokers clean up these pilings just like the sheep's head do all year long and get gigantic. I couldn't imagine what the pilings and rocks would look like without these fish cleaning them up. So, bunch of barnacles. A lot of times you'll find blue crabs in there too, but this guy's just chock full of nothing but barnacles. Oh no, what's up, buddy? I already washed my hands. We're about to get cooking. I guess Ono's going to join us today, but we are actually going to poach this fish. This is our black drum fillets. I'm going to cut them up into bite-sized pieces, and we're going to make poor man's lobster. So here we go. Let's cut these up into bite-sized chunks, or semi-bite size, I should say. It's going to be a lot of fish. This one black drum provided a lot of meat, but let's get these all cut up. So now we have our black drum cut up into bite-sized pieces, or pieces that we can actually dip into the butter when we're done. And we're now going to prep our poaching water. So start with an empty bowl, and this is something that everybody does differently because we each have different taste buds, but this is what I'm going to use today. Have some Zatarain's crab oil, and this is actually the powder, not the liquid. Let's get our crab oil in there. And I'm going to use this whole packet. This fish can soak up that flavor. Now, I'm going to take 2 bay leaves just for added flavor. They're very, very subtle, but they do help. A little bit of hot sauce, and this is just some Old Bay hot sauce. Put as much or as little as you want. So there we go. And then some of this roasted garlic, which you could roast the garlic yourself or buy it ready-made. I like to keep my videos simple because I always get back hungry and I don't want to do a whole bunch of stuff to prep. So there's our roasted garlic in there, a couple spoonfuls. And we're also going to save this later for our butter. Now I have a whole lemon, and after you've been fishing at the end of the day, the sucker will allow you to find all the cuts that them snapper and drum and trout and everything else got you. So there's our whole lemon. And then lastly, our lime. Get a nice contrast of flavors and citrus. All right, and that's it right there. So we're going to fill this about 2/3 of the way with water and bring this to a simmer, not a boil. We're not boiling this fish, we're poaching it. So let's go get some water. There we go. Now, like I said, we're not bringing it to a boil. We want to bring it to a simmer. So we're going to get this heat on about medium high. And once that starts to kind of roll a little bit and moving around or simmer, that's where we're going to add our fish. While that's doing that, I'm going to melt some butter and some of that roasted garlic in this pot, because this is what we're going to pour over our bowl of delicious poached fish. Stick of butter and just 1 spoonful of roasted garlic. Now we're just waiting for this to come to a simmer. Doesn't that colors and flavor look awesome? Now we brought it to a simmer. See, not a boil. See how it's kind of rolling a little bit? Now it's time to add our fish. This doesn't take long to cook. As soon as you throw it in there, a lot of these will start turning white. So here we go. A lot of people say black drum don't taste good or too tough, but these size are perfect for this. And we're gonna let all this fish sit in there and absorb all this flavor and super concentrated crab oil until they're completely white. And the longer we leave it in there, the more of this flavor and crab oil it's going to soak up and taste really good. So I'm going to leave it in there about 15 minutes to come back and check it. And our stick of butter and our garlic is just going to be sitting here on lows, leaving it melted until our fish is done. I have put the lid on there to retain a lot of that heat. Y'all, we have like 4 more minutes left on the timer. So these things have been sitting in here for about 11 minutes and I want to check them. And that top piece, that's looking done. It's all white, feels firm. You don't want them falling apart, but you can leave them in here a very long time and they'll just absorb all this flavor. But I think these are ready to go. If you could smell this, it smells amazing. But you don't want to get too close because it will make you choke because that is a concentrate. We're going to turn off our heat and start putting these in a bowl. They're nice and firm. Have some of that seasoning on them. Let them drain. Oh man, see, that's black drum, y'all. That looks delicious and it smells even better. This concentrate is amazing smell. Nice Cajun flavor. I cannot wait to try these. Let's take this bay leaf out. You can leave it in there if you want, but we'll take it out just for presentation purposes here. I'm gonna get all this fish. I don't want to miss any. Now you can do the same thing with speckled trout. You can do it with redfish. King mackerel's good this way. Spanish mackerel's way delicious this way. And so is sheep's head. But they call this poor man's lobster because it has that texture and flavor of like lobster or crab because it's been sitting in this crab oil. But it's used with fish. We have all of our black drum in there. Beautiful poached meat, which you could eat this just like that and it would be delicious. But first thing I want to do is take some parsley flakes. You can use fresh parsley as well, but this is more for presentation purposes and flavor. But here we go. Get some in there. And now, the best part is our garlic butter. You don't want to flood it with butter, but you definitely want to have some of that good flavor because what is crab or lobster or poor man's lobster without garlic butter? So we're going to sprinkle this on there. And don't be afraid to get that garlic on there too. So there we go. And you can set some aside if you want to dip it in it as well. Once again, you can eat it just like that, but even some more flavor is some shredded Parmesan cheese just like that. I wouldn't use the stuff that you shake out, which is nothing against that. I like that on spaghetti. But some fresh grated Parmesan cheese. Going to sprinkle on there. Boom, there we go. Now, we're going to go outside where the weather's absolutely beautiful. And let's give this a try. So we have our poor man's lobster here. It's our black drum. We got Ono. What's up, buddy? What's up, Ono? How you doing, man? Beautiful day outside, and I actually have Mom here with me, and she's gonna try some. Let's get out in some light. It's really shady over this way. And we have Bobo out here too. Ono and Bobo. This is our Shih Tzu and then our Australian Shepherd puppy. Bobo's 8 years old, and he's not even a year. But we got Mom here, and she's gonna be the first one to try it. Okay. You ready?
Yes. Alrighty. This stuff smells so
It
good.
does smell really good. So get you a nice piece.
Look
at that. What you think? Is it good? Yeah, that's when you know it's really good. It's when no words can explain it. I can't wait to try some because if y'all could smell this, you'd want the whole plate. I'm gonna, you wanna get you another bite?
That tastes
and then I'm gonna try me some.
Look at that, how beautiful and clean. That.
Feels black drum. Where a lot of people throw black drum away. If you catch you one a reasonable size, it's definitely worth it. Let's see how it turns out. Get me a piece. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. That's really good. Like, oh no.
Listen at his big.
Bobo.
No, don't go down the
I'm gonna
stairs.
try me another piece. This is why we need some hush puppies with this as a side, right? Is that right? Let's try some more here. I don't think there's going to be anything left of this bowl, do you? After we're done. And they're about to get some hush puppies, aren't you? What's up, buddies? But y'all, this was absolutely delicious. Beautiful day out here. Getting to enjoy a fresh meal. You know it's good if Mom's eating it like that.
Yeah, especially
because she doesn't like ceviche and other stuff and poke like I do, so that's awesome. But y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this video catch and cook series. If you want to see more, go smash that subscribe button. If you are already, you know I appreciate you as always. We'll see you on the next Bama saltwater fishing video. I want to thank the good Lord up above for everything he does for us, including this fresh fish and just being able to get out and enjoy nature. And we'll see you later.